It gives me great pleasure and honor to be here with you today at this important symposium, whose theme is harnessing landscape connectivity and ecosystems resilience for sustainable socio-economic development in North Western Zimbabwe. This symposium is held under the Wange-Sanyati Biological Corridor Project, HSBC, which is being implemented by the government of Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, government of Zimbabwe secured a 5.6 million grant from the Global Environmental Facility, GEF. This Wange-Sanyati Biological Corridor, HSBC project, we are pleased that the World Wide Fund for Nature, WWF, Zimbabwe has partnered with government to implement this very important project. One of the objectives of corridor sustainability through, among other initiatives, the creation of synergies between the activities within the Zimbabwe Kasa landscape, as well as identifying gaps in achieving the broader. This symposium has brought together actors in the HSBC and the Zimbabwe Kasa component to deliberate on ongoing work as well as to showcase work. The symposium is focusing on 4 critical areas, that is biodiversity protection, biodiversity management, landscape rehabilitation and management, as well as community livelihood enhancement. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue of community livelihood enhancement is a key area which should be prioritized to ensure continued support from local communities that live within the corridor itself. When the Wange-Sanyati Biological Corridor project was launched, it was done under the theme Community Participation for Sustainable Biodiversity Management. Ladies and gentlemen, the role of rural communities in the corridor and Zimbabwe Kasa landscape is considered as a key factor, especially considering the vast base of natural assets and rich cultural resources that local communities preside over in their areas. The TFCA program is a vehicle through which local community participation in the regional conservation efforts can be enhanced at a landscape management level. This was well exhibited during CITES COP17 in Joburg, South Africa. The SADC-FCA network had a strong community-based natural resources management models and TFCAs in the region. The proposal by SADC to have rural communities being part of the CITES decision-making body received overwhelming support and was adopted. This gives our communities the room to be managers of their resources and not to be spectators. The corridor and Zimbabwe Kasa component should therefore strive to address challenges which communities are facing, and these include human-wildlife conflict and enhancing community beneficiation from wildlife resources. I would like to commend the work that has been done in Cholocho on human-elephant conflict, where the measures put in place have been yielding some positive results. I would like also to call upon our development partners to come in and assist government in scaling up the initiatives so that it covers more communities living adjacent to national parks. Ladies and gentlemen, last year because of climate change, which was experienced in many places, mostly those from Gonarejo, from also Midlands provinces and Matabeleland provinces. And we know the floods which were experienced in this water. But we did not, whilst it was a problem for Zimbabwe, we did not take advantage to come up with strategies to have a benefit of communities. So I would want to challenge this symposium to look into how best we can in the future come up with strategies to ensure we harness that water, either storing it underground, so that the same communities that are poor, that are experiencing these conflicts between communities and animals, to address the issues of contestations, the issues of water shortages, resources, distribution of resources, so that we address climate change issues. I also understand that some considerable work has been done for Sidinda ward in Hwange. The anti-poaching equipment such as radio communications have been set up and the necessary ecological studies were completed. What is remaining is identifying a business partner and doing the restocking exercise. These activities need to be completed as soon as possible in order for the community to see the benefit from the project. I'm pleased to note that some of the presentations that have been made here and will be made will focus on enhancing local community beneficiation and the use of local knowledge in management of natural resources. This shows that you are on the right track, and I commend you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, your deliberations here should also focus on addressing the continued poaching of our wildlife. The government is concerned with continued poaching using poisonous chemicals such as cyanide. Though we have put in a number of new initiatives, such as the use of drones and the use of sniffer dogs, we are yet to see tangible results of these efforts. We need, therefore, to continue researching on improving our anti-poaching systems as well as resource mobilization. The corridor and Zimbabwe-Khaza landscape is an area characterized by fragile Kalahari and sodic soils. Human activities have resulted in a degraded landscape characterized by eroded soils, gullies, and siltation of watercourses. The corridor project has been working on mitigation measures on land rehabilitation in the Chirea area. It is my favorite hope should be developed through the project, which will be upscaled throughout the corridor. As we take stock of what the corridor and Zimbabwe-Khaza initiative was meant to deliver, we should objectively state what we have registered as success objective in acknowledging our shortcomings and also our shortfalls. We should sincerely interrogate them to chart out a clear roadmap on how the North Western region should be realigned, and going forward to address the practical issues confronting our stakeholders, especially our local communities on the ground. Let me take this opportunity to thank the Global Environmental Facility, GEF, through World Bank for funding the corridor project, and also to thank our implementation partners, WWF Zimbabwe, for the continued support they have given the government of Zimbabwe. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and privilege to declare this symposium officially opened, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. I thank you.